जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय भक्त वृंद जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय भक्त वृंद चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय भक्त वृंद। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। So once Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was walking in the streets of Navadip with Nityanand Prabhu, Srivas Pandit, Ramay Pandit, Advaita Acharya, Mukund, Gadadhar Pandit, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and other devotees of Navadip. And while walking, Mahaprabhu would talk about Krishna Katha, talk about certain topics of Krishna consciousness. So at one spot, they crossed an ashram. It was ashram cum school of a brahmachari teacher, Devanand Pandit. Devanand Pandit was a very pure, celibate brahmachari, very knowledgeable, very renounced, would stay like a sannyasi, very simple, honest, and he would teach Srimad Bhagavatam. And he had many students who would every day learn Srimad Bhagavatam from him. He was a very neutral person, always happy, simple man. So he was teaching Bhagavatam and reciting the verses and explaining the verses. That sound was coming outside on the street. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard his explanation. And after hearing his voice and explanation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got angry. If this Devanand Pandit, he thinks he's a scholar, he teaches Srimad Bhagavatam, he has so many students, but he has no bhakti. He cannot explain Bhagavatam because he's not a devotee. And he doesn't explain Bhagavatam as devotional service. He doesn't use the word bhakti in his explanations and classes. He is useless. He doesn't understand Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. Bhagavatam is Bhakti Shastra. Bhagavatam talks only about pure devotional service. Bhagavatam is Amal Puranam. Bhagavatam knowledge is beyond dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Bhagavatam starts where Bhagavad Gita stops. Bhagavad Gita starts at surrender unto me only. And that is where Bhagavatam starts. So Bhagavatam is pure transcendental literature talking about devotional service, pure devotional service. Even Vyasdev, who wrote Bhagavatam, doesn't understand Bhagavatam. How this Devanand Pandit, who is devoid of bhakti, will understand Bhagavatam? And Chaitanya got so angry, he raised his volume and said, just now you look, I go and tear his book. Then all the devotees controlled Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, please don't tear his book. So why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so angry? Because Devanand Pandit was a Sanskrit scholar, but he had no bhakti, only knowledge, no love for Krishna, teaching Bhagavatam and earning money. Bhagavatam is not for all this. Doing kirtan and earning money, serving Krishna and earning money, giving Bhagavad class and earning money, or doing any devotional activity and earning money, that is not good. Better to be a sincere sweeper in the street and have honest income and do service without desiring any material benefit. That is pure devotional service, not for earning money. And Bhagavatam is containing bhakti, but one who doesn't have bhakti, he can't teach Bhagavatam. One who doesn't have Krishna praying, he can't teach Bhagavatam. Devar Pandit was like that. He's simple, he's honest, he's pure, he's celibate, he's scholar, but he's devoid of bhakti. It's like somebody may be expert in Hitler, Adolf Hitler, and he may explain very well. But he doesn't have Hitler brain. He just has knowledge, information. So he just had information, content of the book. But he didn't have Krishna brain. So Chaitanya was not happy. Srimad Bhagavatam is beyond the four Vedas and the Upanishads and all the other Puranas and Vedanta Sutra. Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't require installation. A deity you invite home, we need installation. Then the Lord is present. Bhagavatam doesn't need installation. It's already present. Not different from Krishna. Vyasa wrote it after great maturity. So only pure devotees understand the Tattva. Any so-called scholar you meet and he says, I understand Bhagavatam, then immediately you should understand that he has not started it. Bhagavatam cannot be understood by reading just because somebody knows Sanskrit language or somebody knows English language and somebody has access to the literature. That doesn't mean one can just read and understand Bhagavatam. One can understand Bhagavatam only when one has service attitude. When we have seva bhav, then Bhagavatam is revealed in our heart. It is not by academic education. It is not by academic research. It is not by intelligence. One can understand Bhagavatam. It is only by seva bhav, service attitude. Bhagavatam is revealed in your heart. Yeah, please come. VIP seats are there. So Chaitanya was very upset. And devotee specified. 2 days later, Chaitanya was wandering on the same street. And Devanand Pandit came face to face. On the opposite side, Chaitanya was drawing very angry and said, "You rascal, you teach Bhagavatam? What do you know about Bhagavatam? You have no bhakti and you are offender. You offended my Srivas." The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu narrated. He said once in the ashram, Devanand Pandit was teaching Bhagavatam and narrating the slokas. And Srivas was walking on the street. And his recitation sound was coming on the street. So when Srivas heard the shloka where Bhagavatam 10th canto describes the beauty of Krishna, who is going in the forest wearing yellow dhoti and red shirt and peacock's feather and a flute and a bugle and a robe and a covered by stick and so beautiful, wearing lotus petal, having lotus petal like eyes and moon like face and reddish lips and pearl like white teeth and blackish curly hair and bow like eyebrows and broad chest and thin waist. Srivas heard the description, he stopped and he went at the door of the ashram to hear more because this is pure nectar describing the transcendental form of Krishna. And he had tears in his eyes and he was crying and his body was trembling and he felt unconscious just by hearing the verses. This evoked Krishna prem in Sriva's heart. The students, they saw somebody who's outsider, not admit, no admission, no registration. He's coming in the classroom and becoming unconscious and crying and sobbing and trembling. He's disturbing our studies. 4 students got up, they caught hold of Shiva's hands and legs and threw him on the street. Devanand Pandit saw all this, he didn't stop. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you offended Srivas. That day Srivas felt so bad. He felt so painful. What was his mistake? He was in ecstasy. You should worship this ecstasy. But because you don't have bhakti, so your students don't have bhakti. One cannot advance in spiritual life more than one guru. So your students cannot get bhakti because you don't have bhakti. So you are devoid of bhakti and you teach Bhagavatam. Your students threw Srivas on the street, you didn't stop. This is offense and this is very bad. And he chastised Devanand Pandit. Devanand Pandit had no faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He didn't have understanding that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He just thought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is another Pandit, another scholar. But he didn't say anything to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He just left the place. In fact, that is his fortune to be chastised by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Any person who is chastised by Krishna gets liberated. If somebody is chastised by Krishna and he dies because of the chastisement, he goes to Vaikuntha. If somebody is killed by Krishna, he goes to Vaikuntha. That is Krishna. Even demons he purifies. When Malra went to Sutaloka, to Bali Maharaj offered lots of service and reception and washed his feet. And with tears in his eyes, he said, my dear Krishna, the whole world knows whenever there's a fight between demigods and demons, you take side of demigods. There's not a single battle in which you have taken side of demons. The whole world knows you are partial to demigods. The whole world knows you take side of the demigods. The whole world knows you favor demigods. But I, Bali Maharaj, know the secret. Actually, you favor demons. Actually, you are on the side of demons. How? Whenever demigod and demon fight, Indra is fighting with the demon. And Krishna takes Indra's side and kills the demon. Indra is victorious, going back to his throne. And the demon gets liberated, going back to Godhead. Second battle, Indra comes again. Another demon comes. Again the fight happens. Krishna takes side of Indra. Indra is victorious, going back to his throne. And the demon gets liberated. And like this it continues. Bali Maharaj says so many battles happen, whole khandan, whole family of demons is liberated. Indra is sitting on the same throne. On whose side you are? I am on demon side. You are giving them liberation. You know these demons will not attend Mangala Arati and chant Hare Krishna and follow the regulatory principles, so you just kill them and give liberation. That is Krishna. Any contact with Krishna is auspicious. Any contact with Krishna is good. There cannot be inauspiciousness in a house where Krishna consciousness is practiced, where holy name is chanted, where devotees are served, where deities are worshipped, where bhoga is offered and prasad is accepted, where cows are served. There cannot be any inauspiciousness in such a place. The house where devotees are not served, deities are not served, that is like crematorium ground, Shamshan Ghat. That is inauspicious. Otherwise, serving Krishna is great. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised Devanand Pandit, but he kept quiet and he left. When Srivas Pandit was offended that day, he cried a lot, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Paramatma knew it, that Srivas Pandit was offended by Devanand Pandit. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Navadvip, took sannyas, went to Jagannath Puri, and in between he came back to Shantipur and then Kulia. He came back to Kulia, which is near Mayapur. At that time, all Mayapur Vasis, they came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy to everybody in Navadvip. Only one person he didn't give mercy. That's Devanand Pandit. He didn't give mercy because he offended Srivas. Vaishnava Aparadi, a person who offends devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't give him mercy. But next time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Kulia, Devanand Pandit came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And now he was a changed person. What happened in between? In between, near the ashram of Devanand Pandit, one another devotee, Gokuleshwar Pandit, had come. Gokuleshwar Pandit is very dear associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who had a record of dancing in Kirtan for 72 hours non-stop. He danced for 72 hours non-stop. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so pleased with him. He said, if I have one more Gokuleshwar Pandit, I will fly in the sky. He was so dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So outside the ashram of Devanand Pandit, on the street, there were some people doing kirtan. Just on the street like that. Gokuleshwar Pandit came there. And then when he heard kirtan, he developed ecstasy. And he started dancing. He would jump up and fall down and raise his arms and dance and whirl. And tears started coming from his eyes. And his hair started standing. And sometimes he would laugh, sometimes he would cry. His body will be stunned. So lots of people were gathered there seeing the dance of Gokuleshwar Pandit. And when the people gathered, they were in a circle. And the circle was getting closer to Gokuleshwar Pandit and his dance was getting disturbed. And everybody wanted to touch the feet of Gokuleshwar Pandit. That was disturbing his dance. So Devanand Pandit was there. He took a stick and he told everybody, Pichat. And he made the circle bigger. Go back, go back, go back. And actually he served Gokuleshwar Pandit by giving him space to dance. And when people would come forward to touch his feet, he would tell them, go back, don't disturb. And few times Gokuleshwar Pandit fell down, not fell down in terms of losing his balance, unconscious. He would pick up and wipe the dust on his body. And for a few hours this went on, and for a few hours Devanand Pandit took a stick to help him and serve him. And after the kirtan ended, he told Gokuleshwar Pandit, please come to my ashram and have prasad. And he invited him, and Gokuleshwar Pandit stayed for a few days. And in these few days, by association and service to Gokuleshwar Pandit and hearing, Devanand developed understanding of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He realized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was just staying in my village, is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. And he realized his offense to Srivas Pandit. He realized why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised me. And he realized how he was so greatly fortunate that he was chastised by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who will chastise? Only one who is a well-wisher. Who will chastise? Only one who loves us. One who doesn't love us You will say, okay, doing mistake, let him commit more mistake. What is the big deal? Why should I get involved? But one who loves us, wants us to improve, wants us to correct, wants us to be better citizen, better devotee. So they will chastise us. They will take concern that I should help this devotee, omit the mistake, correct the mistake, rectify the mistake. So those who are well-wishers, who are ready to correct us, we should be very grateful to them. And we should keep them together with us. It is easy to keep flatterers who only flatter us and only praise us that, yeah, you are nice devotee, you are pure devotee, and where is the lotus feet? I want to touch the lotus feet. And then you have to go and search lotuses on your feet in the house. That is flattery. It's good to appreciate devotees, but at the same time, we should have some relationships in which we are frankly receiving correction. We are open to receive correction. The devotee is honest friend, honest well-wisher, and we are happy to receive correction. And when we correct, then we improve. And if we improve, we grow. And if we grow, we become perfect. We become perfect, we go back on that path. Otherwise, one more birth in Auckland. Next birth, you'll have to get corrected. If not next birth, then third birth, fourth birth. Some birth you'll have to get corrected, better this birth. Some birth you'll get perfect, better this birth. So we should have good, honest devotees around us who are happy to correct us. So Devanand Pandit got corrected by Gokuleshwar Pandit. He realized his mistake. He realized he has offended Srivas Pandit. He realized he doesn't understand the bhakti component of Bhagavatam. He went to Srivas Pandit and begged forgiveness. So Vaishnava, if we offend a Vaishnava, we should beg forgiveness from the same Vaishnava. Then only it is clear. Even Krishna cannot forgive that offense. But Vaishnava has to forgive. Otherwise our bhakti is stopped. The growth of bhakti is stopped. We don't grow. So now Devanand Pandit begged forgiveness and he realized his mistake. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now as a sannyasi came to his village. Whole village came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Devanand Pandit also came. And he sat a little bit away. Chaitanya met the whole village and he gave mercy and darshan and blessings. And at the end he called Devanand, come here. And kept his feet on Devanand's head. He said, today I am ready to bless you because you have served my devotee Gokuleshwar Pandit. Gokuleshwar Pandit is a very great devotee. He has purchased me. Yes, pure Krishna pride. And when you serve my devotee, that is the greatest service. Even Lord Narayana, he told this to Durvasa Muni. When Durvasa Muni offended Amrish Maharaj, Lord Narayana Sudarshan Chakra came to punish Durvasa Muni. And Durvasa Muni ran away. And he went in the sky, in the ocean, in the caves, in the forest. But everywhere he went, he saw Sudarshan Chakra behind him. He went to Brahma and Shiva, but nobody could help him. Finally, he went to Narayan. Narayan said, I also cannot help. Because you offended my devotee, you have to pay forgiveness from my devotee. I can't help you. Because I am clean, Bhakta Paradin, I am clean, I am under my own devotee. The water which washes the lotus feet of Narayan becomes Ganga. Anybody who takes bath in the water, his sinful reactions go away. From where does the water get power to remove our sins? From the lotus feet of Vishnu. From where does lotus feet of Vishnu get power? That the water which washes them becomes Ganga. Narayana answers this question. He said, my lotus feet get power because I take lotus feet of my devotees on my head. That is the seva, that is the mercy Krishna gives to his devotees. That is the value he gives to his devotees. Srila Prabhupada writes, more valuable than following the instruction of Krishna is to follow the instruction of his pure devotees. We should not offend Vaishnavas. And if we offend, we should take forgiveness from the same Vaishnavas. When they give us forgiveness, then the matter is over. Otherwise, the offense is lingering. And due to the reaction to that offense, our bhakti becomes weak. We again develop bad association, and thus anger increases, and we lose taste in Krishna consciousness, lose faith in the deity, lose faith in Mahaprasad, and we fall down. So Vaishnava Brahman has to be very careful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, but when you serve Gokuleshwar Pandit, I am very pleased. Serving a devotee is so great. Even a little service done, even a glass of water we give to a devotee, Krishna is highly pleased. Pure devotee, he serves Krishna and pleases him. So Krishna wants to do some service to his pure devotee. But it's Anya Abhilashita Shunya, he doesn't want anything from Krishna. So he is serving Krishna. Krishna wants to serve him, but Krishna is not getting any opportunity to serve. In Krishna's diary, it's a pending task. Every day, pending. The same task is pending in your diary many days. It puts big pressure on you, right? Daily you have to see it. And we come in between and serve a pure devotee. Krishna says, "Mera kaam kar diya. He did my job. I want to serve him. He doesn't accept anything from me, but he accepted service from this boy. I will give full blessings to this thing." We can't serve Krishna. We don't have access. But when we have access to a pure sadhu and serve him, Krishna is happy. Mera kaam kar diya. My pending task is done. And if anybody clears your pending task, which is for many days, how grateful you are to that person. Right? When we fulfill Krishna's pending task, he is very grateful to us. He blesses us. He gives all mercy to us. And we advance in bhakti. So serving Krishna is rare, but serving a sadhu is very easy, very accessible. That's what we should do. And Kapila Muni told Mother Devati that a person who has material attachment, he gets entangled. But same attachment is transferred to a sadhu, he gets liberated. Because when you attach to a sadhu, what will sadhu do? Engage us in Krishna's service. Simple. That is the only motive he has to be engaged in Krishna's service. Which otherwise we would not be doing. We would be sitting happy with what we are doing. The sadhu comes and engages us, chant more, read more, hear more, run around, do this, do that. We get devotional service. Otherwise, what we will be doing today evening? Right? We get to hear, we get to have prasadam, we get to do so many things. Mercy of Chaitanya. So Chaitanya was very pleased with Devanand because he served Krishna. And he told Devanand, Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. Krishna has come to this world in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the form of Tulsi Mata, in the form of Ganges, in the form of holy name, and in the form of his devotees. And out of that, Bhagavatam is most important. There are two Bhagavatams. One is Purush Bhagavatam, one is Pustak Bhagavatam. One is Person Bhagavatam, and one is Book Bhagavatam. The Person Bhagavatam is one who follows the book Bhagavatam. He is walking, talking Bhagavatam. So when we come in contact with Person Bhagavat, and he speaks to us book Bhagavat, then our life is perfect. just by hearing. A pure Bhagavat is always sheltered at the lotus feet of Krishna. And lotus feet of Krishna has dust particles. These dust particles are saffron in color. And these dust particles are called SMPs. SMP means saffron mercy particle. So pure devotee is always connected to the saffron mercy particles. And when he speaks Bhagavatam, his sound vibration contains these SMPs. So when we hear the sound and the particles go inside our heart, and the soul is awakened by these saffron mercy particles. So somebody repeats the same thing, but it doesn't has that purity, we may hear, but it will not matter to the soul. So the soul comes in contact with saffron mercy particles and get awakened. That is pure Bhagavatam class. That is pure chanting. Devana Pandit very humbly said, my dear Lord, when you were in Purva Ashram, I didn't recognize you. I offended you. I offended your devotee, Sivas. And by the mercy of your devotee, Gokuleshwar Pandit, I have come to my senses. I beg forgiveness from you. Please give me Krishna Bhakti. Devana blessed him, kept his feet on his head. Then Devana Pandit said, since childhood, the only thing I know is to teach Srimad Bhagavatam. I can't do any other occupation. I am a teacher. But now I have realized that I don't know Bhagavatam. Even though I have taught Bhagavatam since many years. But now I know I don't know Bhagavatam. But I can't do anything else. So please instruct me from tomorrow, what should I do? How should I teach Bhagavatam? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat with him and taught him how to give a Bhagavatam class. The whole procedure is there. How to give a Bhagavatam class. We have time? How much time? The whole procedure should I tell how to give a Bhagavatam class? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught him how to give a Bhagavatam class. And if anyone of you are inclined to give in the future or already giving, then please note it down. How to give a Bhagavatam class. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that Bhagavatam describes Krishna, Krishna's incarnations, the relationship between Krishna's incarnations and devotees, and the exchanges between Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Ashraya Tattva, the complete shelter of the whole universe, all the living entities. So when we give Bhagavatam class, Chaitanya said you should divide Bhagavatam class into three parts. The beginning part, the middle part, the end part. Bhagavatam class will be divided into three parts. And in the beginning part, 1/3 time, the beginning part, one should speak only about pure devotional service. Because Bhagavatam contains only pure devotional service, nothing else. And the end part, one should speak only about pure devotional service. Because Bhagavatam contains pure devotional service, nothing else. And the most important sandwich, the middle part, one should speak only pure devotional service. Because Bhagavatam contains pure devotion, nothing else. Note it down. Bhagavatam is not meant for personal aggrandizement, that let me give class and everybody will know I am a scholar. Let me give class and they will become my followers. Let me give class and they will become my disciples. And I will get respect, and I will get garlands, and I will get claps, and I will get obeisances, and I will get dakshina, and I will get invitations to eat puri, halwa, and paneer. Sorry, today is Ekadashi. Bhagavatam is not to sit on Vyasasana and crack jokes which you read yesterday on WhatsApp, or sit and share a news article which you read in a news website, or sit and settle scores with somebody by indirectly making comments without any names or solving the management agenda. Bhagavatam is not for that. Bhagavatam is not for personal promotion. Vyasa is representation of Vyasdev. Chaitanya told Devanand Pandit, Vyasdev wrote this Bhagavatam in great maturity. Vyasdev wrote 4 Vedas and Puranas, 18 Puranas and 108 Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra for the welfare of the whole world. And after writing all this, he was not happy. He was despondent. He did so much service, but he is not happy. So he was wondering why I am not happy. And who visits him? Narada Muni, his spiritual master. And he gives him a raised seat and sits at his feet. And he said, my dear Guru Maharaj, why I am not happy? I did so much service. I wrote 4 Vedas and Upanishads and Puranas and Vedanta Sutra. Narada said, the reason you are not happy is because you have given people opportunity to do sense gratification in a religious way. You have mentioned how to fulfill your material desires by worshipping the demigods. You have mentioned and glorified fruitive activities. You have mentioned and glorified karma kand, jnana kand, upasana kand. Only way you will be happy and people will be happy when you write another literature exclusive glorifying pure devotional stories about Krishna, Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's quality, Krishna's pastimes. Write something which is beyond ordinary religion and economic development and sense gratification and even the goal of liberation. The next day morning, Vyasadeva took bath, sat in front of a river and did meditation. And he again went on the door of absolute truth and knocked. And he received realization. He saw Govind playing his flute. He had darshan of Govind and his energies. And he saw Maya Devi behind Govind, shyly standing. She did not come in front of Govind. And he saw the living entities who were harassed by Maya taking shelter of Govind and getting liberated. And then he wrote Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasadeva wrote after he increased his maturity in Krishna consciousness. Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva wrote after he got further realization of absolute truth. Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva wrote after he received further revelation of Krishna and his energies. Bhagavatam is not an ordinary literature, it's a transcendental literature. If all the Vedas, Puranas and Upanishads is a fruit tree, Bhagavatam is a fruit of that tree. And Shukadeva Goswami gave the juice of that fruit. And Prabhupada put it in a glass and gave us. What else we want? Just Vivatam, just receive it in our ears. That is Srimad Bhagavatam, non-different from Krishna. So we should read Bhagavatam every day. Become a sage, page by page. Every day we read Bhagavatam. Every day we hear Bhagavatam. I always say, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam means every day. Not Saturday Bhagavata Sevaya. Saturday we hear. Every day we hear Bhagavatam. We hear book Bhagavatam from Purush Bhagavatam. We hear Pustak Bhagavatam from devotee Bhagavatam. One whose life is dedicated to following Bhagavatam. And that will change our heart. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Devanand Pandit the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukadeva Goswami is an impersonalist. Shukadeva Goswami was in the womb of his mother for 16 years. He didn't want to come out. He said, after outside, if I go, they'll send me to school. He didn't want it to come out. Finally, when he came out, he left his home. He didn't even wait to see the face of his mother and father. Vyasa ran behind him. and shouted, Beta, beta, my dear son, wait. He didn't reply. He didn't say, I'm not coming, don't follow me. As if there's nothing. And he went near a river in the forest. Vyasa ran behind him near the same river. Some young village girls, young girls were taking bath in the river without clothes. As soon as they saw Vyasdev, they felt shy and they started covering their body. Vyasdev stopped. He told the girls, what kind of behavior is this? Just now my 16-year-old boy, handsome, without any clothes, naked, walked from here. You girls didn't cover your body. I am a 90-year-old grandfather. You are covering your body? What kind of behavior is this? The girl said, your boy doesn't know the difference between male and female. We don't need to cover body. You make a difference, so we are covering our body. So Shukadeva Goswami is such a liberated person. He had no attraction to young girls without clothes. Will he have attraction to pizza? Or iPhone? Or car? Or money? No. When he has the highest attraction in the material world is attraction between male and female. If he doesn't have that attraction, he will not have lower attraction. That Shukadeva Goswami once in the forest heard few verses of Bhagavatam from two brahmacharis. He got attracted. He said, what is this? He said, this is verse. He said, from where? He said, Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, are there more? He said, yes, 18,000. He said, where? He said, our Guru has written. He said, take me to him. And he came back to Vyasdev, heard 18,000 and again left the house. So that Sukadeva who is not getting attracted to any object in the world, any person in the world, young girls without clothes, if he gets attracted to Bhagavatam, that is a proof that Bhagavatam is transcendental. Bhagavatam is not ordinary. Otherwise, Sukadeva will not get attracted. That is a proof that Krishna is transcendental. Otherwise, Sukadeva will not get attracted. So Bhagavatam, Kumal Puranam. And Parikshit Maharaj, the emperor of the planet, is sitting on the bank of the Ganges fasting till death. Because Shamik Rishi's son Shringi Rishi cursed that in 7 days he will die by a snake bite Takshak. Will fly and come, snake bird. And so many sages and demigods and kings are there. And Parikshit Maharaj is asking a question, what should I do? Before that, what is my duty? And everybody is giving different answers. And Shukadeva Goswami arrives there. And he accepts Shukadeva as his guru, gives him asana, and asks the same question, what is my duty before that? And Shukadeva Goswami, your duty before that is to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, I will narrate it to you. And he said, actually, the duty of everybody is to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj had 7 days. We don't know. We have 7 hours, or 7 years, or 70 years. So it's our duty to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukadeva Goswami spoke Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days continuously. On the 7th day, the snake bird come and bite Parikshit Maharaj's body. But before he bite, Parikshit Maharaj was liberated just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is meant to create revolution in the society. At least allow it to create in our life by just hearing. So every day we should be engaged in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. We should have a Bhagavatam set in the house and we should read every day. And in that way, we very easily get attached to Krishna. Reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is great devotional service. It helps our chanting as well. And it helps our chanting as well. So these two are most important activities. Chanting the holy name of Krishna, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, and serving devotees. When we serve a devotee, automatically chanting happens, automatically Bhagavatam hearing happens. Because when we serve a devotee and interact, what we will hear? It's Bhagavad. What a devotee will speak. That's all. That's the greatest benefit we have. By coming to ISKCON, we get the whole package. We get to chant, we get to take darshan of deities, we get to serve devotees, we get to honor prasada, we get to hear, we get to read, we get to pay obeisances, festivals, everything happens. It's such an easy participation. We come for class, what much has to be done? Just sit and have. And have the sound. That's all. And the little service. It's not very difficult. It's very easy to do it every day. So we should be attached to the very part. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Devanand Pandit, and that way corrected him. That's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's not different from Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam contains everything. The sweet holy name of Krishna, the beautiful form of Krishna, the wonderful qualities of Krishna, and the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. If one hears Bhagavatam attentively, from a self-realized soul, one can see Krishna on every page of Bhagavatam. That's the mercy we have. Not be like Devanand Pandit, only interested in knowledge expect. That intellectual self-gratification. We should have a service attitude. When we have service attitude, then we absorb Bhagavatam. And our heart is filled with Bhagavatam. And that's what we output comes. When we interact with people, we speak Bhagavatam or we share Bhagavatam. We receive Bhagavatam, we share Bhagavatam. That's perfection of our life. Okay? We'll end here. Thank you very much. Shri Chaitanya Chaitamrita ki Jai. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. If there are any comments or questions, you may please ask.
Yeah, I could just start with a question.
Sure.
In the beginning, you were saying how Krishna was favoring the demons instead of the demigods because they were getting liberated, and Indra was sitting in the same position. So someone might ask, why not? It seems to be easier to be a demon and get killed by Krishna than to become a devotee.
All the best. Then you need to be a pure demon. Otherwise, there are many agents of Krishna. He may kill you, and then you not get liberated. For example, heart attack, brain hemorrhage, cancer, COVID virus. When Krishna uses them to kill you, and no liberation. Only if you are so pure demon that these agents fail, and Brahma, Shiva also cannot kill you, then Krishna will come down. You need to be Hiranyakashipu or Ravan or Kans. It's like it's difficult to become pure devotee. It's very more difficult to become pure. So the more possible chances are to become devotee. But if somebody wants to try, all the best. For that you have to rape and murder and kill and steal. Is that easy? What about chanting, dancing and feasting? Is that easy? Obviously. Let's do easy things. Okay. Next question. Yes, bro.
In Navadip, at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, how is it possible that people like Devan Pandit were present, scholars, because it's supposed to be very devotional environment?
Well, how is it possible for Devan Pandit type
Yeah,
people?
people like Devan Pandit were teaching Bhagavatam.
No, there were people who were not devotees. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Otherwise, if he was a devotee, why he has to come? He came to preach. So there were demigod worshippers, Martha Brahmanas, Kali worshippers, atheists, Mayavadis, Buddhists, And so-called scholars like Devanand Pandit, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. That's why Advaita Acharya was crying. And my dear Lord, please come, situation is very bad. People are not devotees, but they are everything else. Right? So definitely, Navadip was a seat of education. And there were all types of scholars. There were grammar scholars, there were poets, there were historicals, there were fiction writers, Nyaya, logic, there were all types of scholars. Not everybody was pure devotee. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established pure devotion service to Maharaj. Next question. Yes, ma'am.
Prabhu, there is a question on Zoom.
Yeah.
The question is, how do we understand that Srivas Thakur got aesthetic symptoms by hearing from Devananda Pandit, who was not a devotee, but is repeatedly said that we can only benefit if we hear from a devotee?
Yeah, so Srivas Pandit already had Krishna play. So when he heard the words, it got displayed. His ecstatic symptom got displayed. So he didn't receive the ecstasy from Devanand Pandit. Devanand Pandit recited the verse, and the verse is anyway they are part of Bhagavatam. So it just got invoked. But when we don't have, and we hear from somebody who doesn't have, we are not going to receive it. Right? So Srivas Pandit already had, it just got invoked. You know? Like if you are a rich person, there's a beggar in front of you who has no money, he can use sympathy and get the money out from you. Right? But if you are a poor person and another beggar comes to you, whatever he cries, no money can come out from you because you don't have. Or he cannot be. Srivas was already rich in Krishna Prem. He got invoked by remembrance. Okay. Next question.
Some devotion people have Bhagavatam set in the place, but they don't open it. The plastic cover is still on. And they still get some benefit. It's keeping Bhagavatam in their house.
Yes, there are two benefits. One is keeping Bhagavatam in the house is a benefit. Seeing. Another is if he has paid for it. The money has gone to Krishna or VBT. Whatever. He has given something to Krishna. Giving something to Krishna is bhakti. He has done bhakti. But he can get more faster and more higher benefit by opening the cover and reading it.
And somebody donates Bhagavatam for the benefit.
One who donates Bhagavatam is very great benefit. Especially on Bhadra Purnima day, close to Vaikuntha. So helping somebody to read Bhagavatam is very great benefit.
If somebody has Bhagavatam in a phone, is Samuel saying Bhagavatam in the house?
No. When you read Bhagavatam book, there's no notification coming. So you don't get distracted. When you do it on phone, so many notifications come and you get distracted. And if you have Bhagavatam in your lap and you're reading and you use washroom, you will leave Bhagavatam and go. Phone to carry in the pocket and go. I don't know, somebody uses the phone in the washroom also. Phone is okay, something to read. Whole Bhagavatam you want to read on phone? Nobody, I don't like to read Bhagavatam. Whole Bhagavatam 12 cantos you can read on phone. A book is better.
It's very convenient. People carry it because if they go.
When that reading is okay, somebody wants to read, we are not saying that, but that reading is distracting. If somebody really gets serious reading Bhagavatam, you definitely like to read it. On phone is too much to read.
If somebody is just part of Bhagavatam but doesn't complete the lifetime, what benefit is that?
You can benefit. Benefit is definitely there, it grows in Krishna consciousness. That's nice. Bhagavatam is very powerful. The main thing is to read, not to complete. Keep reading. And the end of life. All of you please read. Okay. Next question.
My question is, can a pure devotee be attracted to the impersonal aspect of the one? I'm just wanting to understand, so Goswami will bring the form. He believed in impersonalism initially, but yet he was a very pure devotee.
So he became pure devotee after coming in contact with Bhagavatam. He was born as impersonalist, he became pure devotee. A pure devotee cannot get attracted to impersonalism because there is nothing to be attracted in impersonalism.
But when he was going, when he passed the river and he couldn't differentiate between male and female, how do we understand
That's impersonal. That is because of the Brahma realization.
Okay.
It is Brahma realization, no attraction to material objects. So he was liberated. He was a liberated person.
But he didn't have to.
Yeah. In fact, it proves that Bhagavatam is so great that even liberated people get attracted. Higher. A liberated person will not get attracted to anything lower. That's what Bhagavatam is like. Next question. Yes.
Somewhere I heard that Sukdev Goswami was Radharani's parrot in the spiritual world. So he must be associate of Radharani. So how come he can get impersonal?
Well, it is not mentioned in Bhagavatam, but I understand it is there. So we have to see both the aspects in a different way. That this aspect is for the purpose of preaching. He came as a impersonalist and became a devotee. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur came as just a scholar, magistrate, and then he became a devotee. But actually, he's only Mandir. So we understand this aspect in that. Srila Prabhupada became Gandhi follower and then he became a devotee. That's kind of fast time issue. Okay. Yeah, next question.
Is there instance where a devotee became impersonal? What is that?
Very rare. I never heard. Not in Bhagavatam at all, not in history or scriptures at all. Somebody may be very weak because of offenses, give up Krishna consciousness. Not very rare. There's no attraction there, there's no Mahaprasad there. What do you do? Next question? Yes, sir.
There's one more question from
Yeah.
unintentional offense to devotees. How will that stop Krishna conscious progress, and how do you know whether you unintentionally offended someone, and what can you do about it?
Okay, unintentional offenses, will they stop Krishna consciousness? The answer is yes. And to make forgiveness. If we do an offense, intentional or unintentional, it should be forgiveness. We are not aware that we have done an offense. We should make forgiveness after every service. So that we should have full confidence that I have done an offense. Because we are imperfect. After every service, we should be forgiven from the Lord and the devotees. Because imperfection is there, we do offenses. And minor offenses basically go away just by paying obeisances. That's why there is a system in the temple where we stay. And we interact with every day hundreds of devotees. So every day morning we put Vacha Kalpadu and everything, small things are taken care. And there's a major thing, we are aware devotees upset with us or we hurt devotees, we will personally go and make. So offense is intentional or unintentional, both can obstruct us. So we definitely be careful. So we should learn the proper Vaishnava ethics of how to deal and serve devotees. Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes we have to do certain things unintentionally, some offenses. Like suppose someone has a garden in the home. He has
Somebody else?
he has a garden or he takes care of some plants. And he has to, while doing that, he has to raise some other plants. So that way, when he thinks that some offense is inevitable in one way or the other when we leave. So how could we get ourselves purified from that?
Yes, so for our survival, some violence is done. Not only garden, when we drive car, we may kill some insects. When we vacuum, we may kill some insects. When we boil water, or when we take an object from one surface and keep it on another surface, a heavy object. Right? So some violence is committed just by existing. And that is taken care by every day offering bhoga to Krishna and honoring prasadam 3 times a day or 2 times a day and chanting the holy name. But that is not a license to continue. We should minimize. Right? We should minimize that. So violence is taken care by yajna, making offering to Krishna and chanting daily. Daily we make offering, daily we chant. It's taken care. Okay. Yeah, next question. Yes, ma'am.
So Prabhuji, Shri Vyasadeva and Dev Goswami, they are incarnation of Lord Krishna.
Vyasadeva is incarnation of Krishna.
And how about
Shukadeva Goswami is a devotee of Krishna. He's a jiva, a living entity. Vyasadeva, this one is Vishnu Tattva. The other times Vyasadeva is also jiva Tattva, with Satyavesh avatar. So he's being empowered to write literature. Okay.
So,
Yes.
so Vyasadeva, it is told that Vyasadeva is not one of the 12 Mahajanas, but Shukadeva Goswami is.
Well,
So why would you
no, see, 12 Mahajanas are given by Yamaraj.
Yes.
That doesn't mean there are only 12. They are prominent ones. But others are also there. And they are mostly devotees. Vyasadeva is a lord, not a devotee. So Mahajanas are devotees of Krishna. Vyasadeva is Krishna himself. He is a Krishna avatar. So Lord Shiva says, I understand Bhagavatam. Shukadeva understands Bhagavatam. Vyasadeva may or may not understand Bhagavatam. Vyasadeva written Bhagavatam, but he may or not.
So Prabhupada at one place is told that who follows who follows the Mahajan, they are also Mahajan because I remember some of the devotees, once told Prabhupada, you are the 13th Mahajan, and he told you are the 14th.
Yeah.
By that, and the explanation goes like that. Prabhupada subsequently told one who follows the Bhagavatam,
Right.
Mahajan,
Yeah, right.
is also a Mahajan.
So these 12 are just prominent.
Yeah.
These 12 are popular. They have good PR team. Yamra listed them. The other Mahajan also, Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda, Rupa Goswami, they are also Mahajan. Next question. Done? Yes.
I read books, but the consistency is not there. Like sometimes I read in the morning one day in the morning, one day in the afternoon, one day at night time, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. How could I improve it? I've tried so hard, but things keeps on coming in.
So
You could please guide me.
consistency in terms of every day or in terms of,
I'm reading books
Time.
every day, that is fine, but the time is
oh, that's okay, that's okay. If the time is changing, morning, afternoon, it's okay. Midnight is better to sleep. Unless you are having some duty and in between you are reading. But yeah, there's time consistency is not required, it's optional. You can read at different times every day, that's fine. Right. Next question. Okay, we end here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.